calling all fans of the Book of Boba Fett. Ming-Na Wen, who plays Fennec Shand in Mando and Book of Boba, voiced her in The Bad Batch Season 1 and is returning to voice the character again in Season 3 in 2024. But fans want to know when her next live-action appearance is going to be during the New Republic era. Is it going to be in Mando 4? A possible Book of Boba Fett Season 2? In a new interview with Collider, she answered this, and it's kind of disheartening, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm hoping she's playing coy, because if she were to be returning in one of the upcoming shows, it's something that at this stage she can't say. A couple of days ago, Brendan Wayne teased pre-production for Mando 4 is ramping up. So even if Ming-Na Wen did get the call from Disney, she can't really say too much, but here's what she did reveal. In her own words, she says, quote, "You know, we just ended the strike, and I will be ready and excited to put on my 3-layered leather outfit. I miss being her. Yes, very much. But right now I'm just working on a cookbook and developing a couple of other projects." So if we take her at her word, the implication is that Lucasfilm has not yet contacted her about Season 4. Some outlets covering this have said we should rule out any Fennec Shand in Season 4, but I disagree. Back in March of this year, Making Star Wars had an exclusive reveal that before the strikes, they saw some new Boba Fett props being set up in Southern California, as well as the cockpit for Slave One. At this point, they made the assumption Boba Fett was returning for Season 4. The props were clearly set up for an upcoming show, not Mando 3, which was already done by then, not Ahsoka or Skeleton Crew, and considering Boba Fett is with Fennec Shand, Chrysanthemum, and the Mod Gang, if Boba appears and we're returning to Tatooine, then we're gonna see Fennec as well. But here is where it gets interesting. Making Star Wars theorized it could be for a separate production of Book of Boba Fett Season 2. But considering the strikes that preceded this article, those plans may have been abandoned or postponed. But they did posit back then that when Mando 4 goes back into production, which is coming up, a second season of Boba might film at the same time, concurrently in the same way Ahsoka and Skeleton Crew did. It's also possible Boba will play a larger part in Mando 4, and some wires crossed. Now, as you guys know, I've advocated for a second chapter of Boba for a long time. It's such a wasted opportunity if the world they set up in Season 1 is not explored further. And even if it is just engulfed into Mando Season 4, I do think Boba deserves more chapters of his own tale. Say what you will about the Mod Gang, or other elements of the show that fans didn't like. Compared to some of the other Disney Plus shows, I would argue Boba Season 1 had some of the best character development, some of the most memorable side characters, the female Tusken warrior, another great appearance from Cobb Vanth after Mando 2, and my favourite, Garsa Fwip. Fingers crossed she survived that explosion somehow, and she's on the front cover of the next issue of Star Wars Insider. Getting back to the point, Boba struck a good balance between grit, good action, and also some of the silly stuff, some of the lightheartedness that goes back to the heart of Star Wars, introduced in 1977. It is by no means a perfect show. Some of the writing I found very poor at times. From a monetary standpoint and from a viewership standpoint, Book of Boba did quite well. There is enough there to incentivize Disney to do a second installment. What do you guys think? And speaking of Boba Fett, today is Life Day. On this day, the infamous holiday special was released, Boba Fett's first on-screen appearance. Life Day was a time-honored holiday observed by the Wookiees on their forested homeworld of Kashyyyk. The day was marked by a celebration of family, joy, and harmony, values and tenets of Wookiee culture. Life Day was celebrated throughout the galaxy as well. Sentients made the holiday their own by employing festive decor, twinkling string lights, unique food and drink items, and of course, music, activities in their celebrations, and togetherness. Let me know in the comments down below how you're celebrating this Life Day.